every Saturday.
Subscribe to JW Outdoors.
Unique places we've eaten on the East Coast. Last year, we took a 30-day road trip around the East Coast of the United States and ate at a lot of good places. Let's start in New York State. One of Buffalo's most famous eateries is Charlie the Butcher's Kitchen. Charlie the Butcher's Kitchen got its start in the late 1800s in Buffalo. The famous beef on weck sandwich consists of tender slices of roast beef dipped in au jus with horseradish on a unique Kaiser roll. We found the roast beef to be very tender and juicy, more like prime rib, and their sides like coleslaw, mac and cheese, and mashed potatoes were also very good. Next, let's move on to the town of Watkins Glen, New York. Here we found the world's smallest diner, a tiny little outbuilding attached to the side of another business. Their hot dogs and hamburgers were good, and it was an interesting place to eat. You'll have to get your food to go because there's no room inside the world's smallest diner to sit and eat. Further east, we made a stop at the Family Farms Creamery in Vermont. It was a nice place to grab some snacks for the road. We had 2 different kinds of fresh cheese curds and several other snacks. The place is owned by a Mennonite family. The next eating place is in Lyme, New Hampshire. This was a unique place. The building contains the U.S. Post Office for the town of Lyme, a hardware store in back, and Stella's Italian Kitchen and Market in front. Stella's Italian Kitchen and Market had live music playing in the restaurant, but we just grabbed some snacks from the deli and they were excellent. The place has a cool vibe, and we wish we would have had more time to hang out, listen to the music, and have lunch. Also in New Hampshire, along the famous Kankamagus Highway, one of the most scenic highways in the East, we stopped at the commissary by Cheese Louise, which specializes in artesian grilled cheese sandwiches. This is no ordinary grilled cheese. They are very fancy and served with homemade chips. They were excellent. We tried the Godmother, the Baconator, and the Vermonter with some homemade lemonade, and they were all delicious. Next, let's move on to Bethlehem, New Hampshire, known as the highest elevated town east of the Rockies. We grabbed dinner at Reckless Brew and Pub, a very nice pub and eatery with a beautiful outdoor seating area. The food was excellent, and we really enjoyed the upstairs game room and a billiards game that we'd never played before. Reckless Brew and Pub had a very cool atmosphere, nice people, and we really wanted to come back here again. Nearby in New Hampshire is a unique place that takes some real effort to get to. The Lonesome Lake Hut along the Appalachian Trail sits at the top of a mountain. You must hike 1.5 miles to get there, and it is no easy trail. The trail is rocky and a steep incline the entire way, but it is worth the effort. We had lentil soup and sandwiches that tasted good after a long hike. The food wasn't gourmet by any means, but the atmosphere and view were well worth the hike. Next, let's move on to the state of Maine. This next place is not a restaurant, but a unique place to eat. In Acadia National Park, Cadillac Mountain is the highest point on the eastern seaboard. It offers a fabulous view of Bar Harbor and the surrounding islands. We made it there just before sunset and enjoyed ramen noodles on our portable burner as we watched the sun go down. This was one of the most relaxing suppers of the trip. And hey, who doesn't like ramen noodles? Nearby in Acadia National Park is the famous Jordan Pond House. This place has it all, including beautiful outdoor seating overlooking the Bubbles, which are twin mountains across the Jordan Pond. The Jordan Pond House is known for their popovers. Visiting the Jordan Pond House in the afternoon to enjoy tea and popovers is a tradition in Maine. A popover is made from eggs, flour, and milk, then baked in a muffin tin in a very hot oven. Air is trapped in the batter, making the inside hollow and doughy, while the outside bakes to a crispy, flaky perfection. Popovers have been served for over 100 years and are traditionally eaten hot with strawberry jam and butter. Ask your waiter, and they'll show you the correct way to prepare the popover after it arrives at your table. The process goes like this. Take your knife, make a small hole in the popover, insert butter and jam, shake it around, then enjoy. We found popovers to be excellent, and all the food we had that day was extremely tasty. The view is also outstanding. Another nice place near Bar Harbor is a place called Bar Harbor Lobster Bakes. If you're in Maine, you must try a lobster bake. right? Make sure you wear your apron and get ready for some work, but the whole steamed lobsters are awesome. And don't forget to try a slice of blueberry cake with whipped cream for dessert. We found a lot of good food around Acadia National Park, and one of our favorite places was the meal we prepared for ourselves along the natural seawall. The view here of the ocean is outstanding, and there's nothing like hearing the waves crash as you eat lunch out of the back of your van. There are picnic tables and restrooms nearby, but we chose to sit on the rocks and enjoy lunch. Further south in Maine, we had to stop at Red's Eats. We're from Ohio, so we'd never had a lobster roll before. We wanted to try the best, and I think we certainly found one of the best lobster rolls at Red's Eats. Red's Eats is known to be one of the best lobster rolls down east, and it certainly didn't disappoint. You must get there early, though, because the line forms on the sidewalk at least an hour before they open. We arrived on a rainy day and used our ponchos that we had left over from Niagara Falls as we waited in line for over an hour, but the lobster rolls and other seafood were worth the wait. We were really surprised how much lobster they put on one roll. Now on to the state of Massachusetts and the town of Gloucester. The Crow's Nest Inn is more of a bar than a restaurant. They do serve food, but it's a great place to have a drink and talk to the locals about fishing and the famous movie, The Perfect Storm, that was filmed in Gloucester. The Perfect Storm was based at the Crow's Nest Inn. Make sure to walk around inside and look at all the pictures of the movie stars, and I'm sure you'll hear stories from the locals about how the stars came into the bar to relax each evening after filming nearby. In Gloucester, we also ate at Stone's Pub. The food was excellent, and the atmosphere was very nice. We really enjoyed the free popcorn machine. Gloucester is a nice fishing village and a great place to take a walk and enjoy the scenery. Make sure to see the Fisherman's Memorial and the Fisherman's Wives Memorial located along the boardwalk next to the ocean. Near Gloucester, the next place is one of the coolest beaches we've ever been to. Wingairshik Beach is a nice place for a picnic lunch or lunch out of the back of your van like we did. Make sure to bring your swimming trunks and enjoy swimming around and playing on all the huge boulders and rocks out in the water. The views here are outstanding, and it was a neat place. Now let's go further south in Massachusetts towards Cape Cod next and talk about the Chatham Pier Fish Market. This was some of the best seafood we had during the 30-day road trip. You order from the window, and they call your name to come and get your food. Make sure to check out the cool rocking chairs made from lobster traps sitting in front of the fish market. There are some picnic tables across the parking lot where you can sit and eat. Also, make sure you go up on the deck to watch the seals come in and eat the leftover scraps that are washed off the fishing boats after they unload their catch. It was interesting to see a commercial fish market and all work that goes into unloading the fresh catches of the day. The seafood here was fresh and outstanding. During our few days at Cape Cod, we camped at the Bayview Campground, which was very nice. For breakfast one day, we made a stop at the food truck within the campground, which is located near their pool, and found out they served some awesome chocolate chip pancakes. If you're ever near Cape Cod, stop here for breakfast. Next, we are in the state of Connecticut. We had to make a stop in Mystic to try a slice of Mystic pizza. We love pizza, and it certainly didn't disappoint. They sell it by the slice, so we tried several different slices, and all of them were great. Mystic is a cool little town, and don't miss the Mystic Seaport Museum when you are there. It is the largest maritime museum in the United States. Moving further south in Connecticut near Watertown, we camped at Gentiles Campground next. For dinner one evening, we went to a very nice restaurant called the Local 63 for a birthday dinner. This was a higher-end establishment, and the food was excellent. The birthday boy had braised pork tenderloin, which was awesome. Everything we ate here was top-notch. Don't forget dessert, too. They serve some very cool treats. Next, after seeing the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island in New York City, we made the short drive to Jersey City for lunch at Uncle Momo's. Uncle Momo serves a combination of French, Lebanese, and Middle Eastern cuisine and was unlike any place we'd ever eaten. We had plates of hot pita bread with various dips, and they were all very tasty. The atmosphere was nice, and we found Jersey City to be a very walkable and beautiful town. The last unique place on the trip was in Maryland, Outside Washington, D.C., we camped here at Cherry Hill Park, one of the nicest campgrounds ever. We were impressed that they offered free golf cart rides anywhere in the campground. Adjacent to their pool and clubhouse is a cafe where we ate lunch a couple of times. We found the food to always be very good and very reasonably priced. Even though we were in a tent, we felt like we were glamping the entire time we stayed at Cherry Hill Park. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're ever in the Northeast, make sure you try some of these places. You will not be disappointed. Leave a comment and ask any questions you have about any of the places in the video. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to 3W Outdoors and hit the bell to be notified when we post a new video. We find that a lot of our viewers aren't subscribers, and being a subscriber really helps our channel.